Our humble beginnings rose from concerned Sonoma County residents who recognized that women and children were sleeping in their cars, and they asked why.
I think the first time he hurt me was when I was pregnant with my daughter. I can remember one instance that he almost choked me to death. He would always say, "Just remember, you brought that on." We made the call. We had a kind of emergency court date to put a restraining order in place.
Violence at the hands of an abuser had driven families to seek refuge in their cars, and without the availability of a community resource or anyone to turn to, it seemed like the only safe thing to do.
It took a while for me to realize it wasn't going to change. It all kind of came to a head, and the minute he hurt one of our children, that was it. It was like there's no way going back. As an adult, I could make that choice, what I could put up with. Our 5-year-old didn't get to make that choice.
Since 1975, YWCA Sonoma County has made it our mission to provide safety and resources designed to support families who struggle with the devastating effects of domestic violence. Establishing our domestic violence crisis hotline was the first step toward keeping families safe. Next came the addition of YWCA's Safe House, a confidential 27-bed refuge for victims and their children.
We went from our house in Fountain Grove to living in Safe House. My kids thought it was the greatest thing ever. There were other kids to play with, there were all of these other moms, and I had stopped crying.
Between the ages of 3 and 5 years old, children experience the most brain development and are therefore most susceptible to the effects of violence in their young lives. A special place preschool supports low-income, at-risk families with year-round preschool curriculum specially designed to prepare young children to be socially and emotionally ready for the demands of kindergarten and beyond. Meet Michael, a graduate of YWCA's therapeutic preschool.
I was a pretty angry kid. There was a kid that kept calling me gorilla, and I just hated it, and I asked him to stop and he didn't. I just lost it, and I kind of pounced on him from the monkey bars, and I just started elbowing him, and I remember feeling really terribly about it afterward. If I hadn't been in this particular preschool, I don't think I would have been as sorry or empathetic for the actions. It was a safe place to really have feelings, and I kind of learned that I had options. I didn't have to react violently or angrily. I could go in the corner and rip up newspaper. I could go to a quiet space and just relax. If I hadn't come here, then I would have totally been just written off. I don't think that I would be where I am now, attending college.
YWCA, among the families in our care, has an over 90% success rate. That means over 90% of victims in our care do not return to their abusers. That's a lot of lives changed.
They kind of get you back on track for normal life stuff that you don't realize that you're not doing when you're living in a domestic violence situation. I mean, it truly, honestly, was one of the best decisions I have ever made in my life.
Locally and nationally, 1 in 4 families will experience domestic violence. That's a lot of people that we all know. Please, give generously. Your support is crucial to our efforts.